This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by the channel is meant for educational purpose only. Hello and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we will learn about one of the most famous attack, firstly performed by Michael Kals on 2000 AD when he was just at the age of 15. So to learn about it more, watch the video till the end, and don't forget your golden ticket of our channel, that is to subscribe and press the bell icon so we can inform you about our new videos. So let's start today's video titled What is DDos and how it's performed. DDos meaning? What is DDos? Distributed denial of service, DDoS, attacks are a subclass of denial of service, DOS, attacks. A DDoS attack involves multiple connected online devices, collectively known as a botnet, which are used to overwhelm a target website with fake traffic. Unlike other kinds of cyber attacks, DDoS assaults don't attempt to breach your security perimeter. Rather, a DDoS attack aims to make your website and servers unavailable to legitimate users. DDoS can also be used as a smokescreen for other malicious activities and to take down security appliances, breaching the target's security perimeter. A successful distributed denial of service attack is a highly noticeable event impacting an entire online user base. This makes it a popular weapon of choice for hacktivists, cyber vandals, extortionists and anyone else looking to make a point or champion a cause. DDoS attacks can come in short bursts or repeat assaults, but either way the impact on a website or business can last for days, weeks and even months as the organization tries to recover. This can make DDoS extremely destructive to any online organization. Amongst other things, DDoS attacks can lead to loss of revenues, erode consumer trust, force businesses to spend fortunes in compensations, and cause long-term reputation damage. DOS versus DDoS. The differences between regular and distributed denial of service assaults are substantive. In a DOS attack, a perpetrator uses a single internet connection to either exploit a software vulnerability or flood a target with fake requests, usually in an attempt to exhaust server resources, e.g., RAM and CPU. On the other hand, distributed denial of service, DDoS, attacks are launched from multiple connected devices that are distributed across the internet. These multi-person, multi-device barrages are generally harder to deflect, mostly due to the sheer volume of devices involved. Unlike single-source DOS assaults, DDoS attacks tend to target the network infrastructure in an attempt to saturate it with huge volumes of traffic. DOS attacks also differ in the manner of their execution. Broadly speaking, denial of service attacks are launched using homebrewed scripts or DOS tools, e.g., low-orbit ion cannon, while DOS attacks are launched from botnets, large clusters of connected devices, e.g., cell phones, PCs or routers, infected with malware that allows remote control by an attacker. DDoS botnets. Waging large-scale attacks. A botnet is a collection of hijacked connected devices used for cyber attacks that are controlled remotely from a command and control center, CNC. These typically include personal computers, mobile phones, unsecured IoT devices, and even resources from public cloud services. Attackers use malware and other techniques to compromise a device, turning it into a zombie in the attacker's botnet. Botnets enable attackers to carry out DDoS attacks by harnessing the power of many machines and obscuring the source of the traffic. Since traffic is distributed, it is difficult for security tools and teams to detect that a DDoS attack is occurring until it is too late. Types of DDoS attacks. DOS attacks can be divided into two general categories: application layer attacks and network layer attacks. Each of these types of DDoS attacks define certain parameters and behaviors used during the attack, as well as the target of the attack. Application layer attacks, aka Layer 7 attacks, can be either DOS or DDoS threats that seek to overload a server by sending a large number of requests, requiring resource-intensive handling and processing. Among other attack vectors, this category includes HTTP floods, slow attacks, e.g., Slow Larissa Rudy, and DNS query flood attacks. Gaming website hit with a massive DNS flood. How to stop DDoS attacks. You can't prevent DOS assaults. Cybercriminals are going to attack. Some are going to hit their targets, regardless of the defenses in place. However, there are a few preventive measures you can take on your own. Monitoring your traffic to look for abnormalities, including unexplained traffic spikes and visits from suspect IP address and geolocations. All of these could be signs of attackers performing dry runs to test your defenses before committing to a full-fledged attack. Recognizing these for what they are can help you prepare for the onslaught to follow. Keep an eye on social media, particularly Twitter, and public waste bins, e.g., pastabin.com, for threats, conversations and boasts that may hint on an incoming attack. Consider using third-party DDos testing, i.e., pen testing, to simulate an attack against your IT infrastructure so you can be prepared when the moment of truth arrives. When you undertake this, test against a wide variety of attacks, not just those with which you are familiar with. Create a response plan and a rapid response team, meaning a designated group of people whose job is to minimize the impact of an assault. When you plan, put in place procedures for your customer support and communication teams, not just for your IT professionals. To truly protect against modern DDoS attacks, you should use a DDoS mitigation solution. Solutions can be deployed on premises, but are more commonly provided as. So that's it, we have come to the end of our today's video. I hope you liked the video. If you do, please like and share, also subscribe our channel.